if you got them on the back at the back foot.
Command point manipulation is what the game's really going to come down to at this point, I think, because these stratagems are really good.
What stratagems were losers?
Beseech the Dark Gods is a joke. It is. Let me read it. Use the stratagem at the start of any of your turns. Select a unit with the Mark of Chaos keyword that has not dedicated itself to a Chaos God. You can immediately dedicate that unit to one of the Chaos Gods as described on page 116. You can spend a command point to do something that's normally for free, but you're too lazy to check it out at the beginning.
It gives you a touch of tactical flexibility. I mean, it's not like you have to spend the command point there, but it's an option if you want it. You're just never going to choose that option.
I don't know when it's going to become a tactical thing, except for when you're using a unit, like, because your Psychers have to pick their powers at the beginning, so it's too late once you've used it. The only thing is, like, if you have a bunch of different people affecting different marks of chaos, then it might become relevant of, like, well, this unit needs a buff from that commander, well, why didn't you just put it near the other one? That's where I have a hard time seeing it where it comes from. Maybe down the road it might make more sense.
It's not great.
What other loser stratagems do we get?
The boons are back. They're not automatic, but when you kill a character, you can spend a command point to roll on a table that might kill you, which I've never been a fan of. Double ones. It's now just 2d6 instead of a random the D66 system, which is way over my head. You can become a demon prince, and you can become a spawn. Everything else is kind of +1 wound, toughness, blah, blah, blah.
But on a 7, you get to pick.
Yes.
Anything but demonhood.
Or spawndom.
Or
you can't kill yourself.
You probably wouldn't pick spawndom, but if you could pick demonhood, you'd just pick demonhood.
Yeah. Always choose demonhood.
Alright, let's transition to cooldown. Closing thoughts?
I think it's awesome to see Chaos become, like Josh said earlier, a playable faction again.
I'm just happy to see people's Chaos armies getting the dust blown off. I'm going to blow the dust off some of mine and fool around with them, see if they're fun on the board.
A lot of point changes, I think, also kind of made them more viable. Cultist being 5 points more than a Guardsman at the launch with the indexes was really a questionable move, I think, because now they're just on par, but still worse.
Yeah, I mean, Guardsmen have Commissars backing them up, so point for point, they're going to be more staying power in a Guardsman than a Cultist. But I think at 3 points, they were a little too cheap.
For the conscripts, which is what the Cultists are... I guess the Cultists are on par more with the regular Guardsmen.
Yeah.
Which don't benefit from But yeah, it's nice to see them tweaking points, though. That is a huge thing that I think has always been needed in the game. You know, talking about going into tournaments and trying to make the game more fair. They actually, the day of the release, we didn't get into the Lesser Demons at all because it's kind of a weird place in the book, but they actually changed the point values of the demons the day the book launched. They're already preparing, they're play testing. I think that's a really good thing that Games Workshop's doing to help people that want to play competitively and just more fairly.
Well, and they're seeking an active balance, so you're not seeing the same 3 armies at the top 3 tables every single tournament. People are going to have to devise new strategies because the points are going to be rebalanced every single time.
And now with Chapter Approved coming out at the end of the year, becoming probably a new type of General's Handbook, it's going to have pages in there changing everyone points again, maybe changing some weapons. I'm curious to see how far they go.
I'm stoked for it. I mean, they could even release a small faction in there or some like sub-faction traits for some of the lesser-known factions. It's going to be good.
Like Kroot mercenaries back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody could have Kroot. Yeah.
I've got a ton of Kroot painted up. I'd love to throw them on the board again.
Oh, as some Dark Eldar slaves.
All right, well, I think that's it. Thank you, Trevor, for stopping by.
Yep.
You'll hear a lot more of Trevor here in the future.
I'm usually the one screaming in the background, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne.
And I'm sure there's other armies you'd like to put input on as well for upcoming episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, Josh.
I'm always here.
As
back in the
always, Josh is in the corner, always giving his input. We appreciate it. And from here at Stratagem, we thank you for listening. You can find us at Facebook at facebook.com/StrataGYM podcast. You can also find us at Spreaker. Just look for my name, Andrew Freeman. You can also find us on iHeart. Just search for the show name Strata-GYM. And one day, perhaps, we'll be on iTunes. I mean, that's going to be a thing that happens. I haven't figured it out yet.
We'll work on it. We'll put one of our specialists on that.
Yeah, we'll get a specialist on that real quick. We also have a website coming out, but it's going to be a bit because we're really working hard on it, making sure it doesn't suck. Yeah, everybody agrees with me. Cool. All right. Over and out, people.
Nodding at the microphone. That's great radio right there.
Yeah.
Everybody agree? Everybody?
Yeah, I said the Dark Eldar slaves you just started like.
I